kind of picking up the guitar. Like I said, I always wanted to play guitar, but I just never felt I had the opportunity or like, nobody, I mean, if people don't really know you play an instrument, they won't just tell you like, hey, play. Like you have to like put yourself out there so people know what you can do, So, I was kind of between playing guitar here and there. And then I came across a friend that started like a cover band. And he wanted to play like Amy Winehouse. He wanted to do like classic rock. And we will be getting together like every week, every Friday. We would all show up to his garage and we would like learn songs. And the way that he put it was that whatever instrument you were able to play on the song, like you could do, because we were all kind of like multi-instrumentalists, so we all kind of like rotate on different songs. And then he noticed that I wasn't too bad at rhythm guitar, so he ended up asking me to join this band called The Head Change. They were like a Linwood reggae band, and so I was the rhythm guitarist for like a year. And that's where I got better at guitar, and I was able to play guitar and sing at the same time. And that's when I started writing, like really writing. I mean, I always kind of, like put in my 2 cents, even as a drummer.
Yeah.
But that's when I really started like putting progressions together and voice.
Okay. Hell yeah. So like, when you were playing guitar and when you're like started like putting your things together, when you started getting your band together, how much of the songs is it just all you? How much is it like?
Well, when I got my band together 3 years ago, I only have 4 songs. So we did like this internet streaming called Late Night in Islos. And I literally only had 4 songs, and that was all we played. And then after that, I was getting called, I got some gigs after that. And so we would literally only play like 20 to 25 minutes. And we had to pick up a few covers because I still didn't have enough songs to play like a 30-minute set, But basically, most of the music that's on my album, like I wrote it all. What the musicians do, like the bass player does all his bass lines. Like I don't really tell him like, oh, do it this way or not. I just kind of like, hey, sometimes I hear him do something and I'm like, hey, I think that goes there or something like that, And then trumpet players, that I work with them a little more. I'm more hands-on on that. Like there's certain melodies in my album that I came up with and they just, played it. And there's a lot that they also did themselves. And then I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, like that's cool, And then that's pretty much it. But everything else, I try my best to like push myself and do it.
I feel you. You don't have to say any names, but I just want to see if I can get like I guess I'll just ask straight up, like
what? You're scared of me.
What? Songs together or whatever it is, right? Has there ever been a time? I mean, obviously it ended up, or whatever you didn't end up getting recorded, but like, has there ever been a time when you're like, I don't know, someone in the band is doing something and they're really like stoked on it? And I don't know, you just had to like nicely tell them or not nicely tell them like, hey, don't do that, do something else, or do what I told you.
What, in my band?
My band? Yeah, like with the songs, or you don't have to like name names or nothing. I'm just saying like,
I'm trying to think.
Or are you more chill about it, or is it never really an issue? Because some people just gel together, and that's never really an issue,
I'm trying to think because at the top of my head, no, like I can't really say like, oh yeah, there was this one time where, I mean, I think for the most part, I am like the musical director. Like if I like something, I'm like, hey, like that's dope, do that or don't do that. Or I do say like, oh, that's clashing with vocals or horns. It's always about more of like what's going on in the song that I always listen for. It's never like, oh, don't do that because I want my vocals to like shine right here. Or like, it's never like that. It's always very like constructive, as in like, pay attention to like what the horn player is doing. I try to like let's be musical about certain things opposed to just louder. You know what I mean?
More dynamic.
Dynamics, like that's what I've been working on, but I don't think I have a story or like a certain like Oh, that didn't sound good. Like I said, anything anything we do is just solely to like improve everyone's musicianship, even myself. Like there's times where, maybe my keyboard player or even my trumpet player would be like, hey, like you should do this here or even sing it this way here.
Yeah.
And we try it and it's like, oh yeah, like that sounds dope. So it's just very like, we just kind of give each other feedback and that's it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen Maria Blues the band once, but in terms of like your backing band, when I watch your videos, like the live sessions, the music videos and all that stuff, it seems like you mess with a lot of the same people like in your band throughout the years. And I think when I saw you at the Jimena show, were you hanging out with your band members there, or were you just rolling by yourself, or is that?
No. Jimena show. When was that? I don't remember.
It was the Chilo Cheve de Cool.
Oh, you know what? I think that was the last time I went out to a concert. That was like right before the whole Corona, huh?
Yeah, me too. That was the last one. I was like, damn.
No, you know what? I like, because of whole Maria Blues, I just always bump into people now. Mm-hmm. So I think I just probably like saw some friends there. But sometimes I do go by myself to certain shows, or nobody wants to go, I'll go. Mm-hmm. But I do sometimes hang out with my band members. It just really depends like where it's at. Like some of my like bandmates live far, like in the valley or other places, like not really in LA, and then it just really depends. It's never really the same. Like I don't have like, oh, I'm gonna specifically just hang out with this, So.
I feel you. I guess more what I was asking was like throughout the years, have you kind of kept the same people in your backing band, or have you switched it up, or?
Well, so far, I would say the people that have always like been there from day one, I would say it's my bass player. I think he's pretty much the only bass player I've really worked with. I've had other bass players fill in when he's not available because of work.
Yeah.
But he is probably the one that I feel has like been there like more consistently. Mm-hmm. And trumpet players, Ivan, he has really been there since day one. Like before I even like, from my first song to he's just kind of been there for a while, and then he was in Chiles Verdes. So I've been actually knowing him for like way longer than my project,
Yeah.
And he's part of this band called Blanco y Negro.
Yeah.
So he's in the whole ska, like he's been in the ska for a while. Yeah. There's this other trumpet player that helped me mainly through my like live shows, Philip. He has a cumbia band. They're not active now, but hopefully they're back soon. I don't know if you've heard Casa de Calacas.
I want to say I've probably seen their IG like pop up.
Yeah. They're like, like a cumbia band, like Latin band. They were actually active for a while, like 10 plus years, so
yeah, sounds
familiar. He's, even though he's not technically playing, like I still keep in touch, like it's not just, hey, I'm gonna talk to you because you're doing something for me. It's like more of a relationship, so.
Yeah. So was when before this trumpet player, you said there was another one that's been with you since day one.
Ivan.
Yeah, on the first song, was that Ordinary Life, or was that a different
song? It was Ska Love. Ska Love was Ordinary Life, I think, was probably, like, Ska Love and Ordinary Life were my actually, like, first written songs ever.
Yeah.
Ska Love was my first ska song written, and then Ordinary was just kind of one of those things that I was just figuring out what the hell to do, with my vocals.
I thought it was very like the lead guitar part. Was that you, or was that?
No, that was my friend Norma. She used to play in this ska band called 951.
Oh yeah.
Like from like a long time ago, like yeah.
What was I gonna say? The lead guitar part. It was like Santana, like my nine. It reminded me of like sort of kind of like that vibe, you know what I'm saying? And the song.
Yeah, she's really good.
And then Ska Love, that was your first music video, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my first like recording, music video, everything.
Yeah. I was checking it out. I was like, dang, you got some OGs, like even on the credits. I saw it was mixed and mastered by Ivacore or what?
Clemente, yeah.
By Big Bad Eve. I was gonna say, so when it so fast forwarding to your full length, 9 songs. Was that like a decision or was it something?
I was actually it was like the beginning of all that. I thought I was just gonna do 7 songs. I wanted it to be like a lucky 7.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna call it an EP. Mm-hmm. But then the Que Suene, that's a cumbia song that was written in the mix of like preparing for the album. So then I said, okay, you know what? Like, let me finish it to record it as well. So that song's actually like a panzazo type song, Basically, we recorded like the guias, like even before I knew what the hell I was gonna sing on it, Okay. And then so it became 8. And then my keyboard player said, why don't you add Rude Monkey? Like, there's a lot of people that add like their previous single to their album. That way that song's like not forgotten, So then that's how it happened. It wasn't planned. It was just kind of like just one thing after another. Yeah.
When the Rude Monkey video dropped, it was like summertime from what I remember. Mm-hmm. It was June. Right?
Yeah, it was around my birthday. Yeah.
I thought that was actually pretty genius because I remember watching it too when it dropped, and I was like, okay, like I thought it was. Well, first off, it's a really funny video, so congrats on that. I thought the part where the alarm clock was like, hey, get the fuck up or get out of bed or something. I thought that was funny. That's very true. I feel like a lot of people do that, but I think it was really smart to drop that song in that time because it was like a very summer jam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm actually right now in the final drafts of my next music video, and I'm gonna probably release it like in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a completely like different vibe. So I'm excited for it.
Red Heart Media or who's doing it?
Yeah, Jessica.
She does some good videos from what I've seen.
Yeah, she really does.
Everything that I've seen, so I already know it's gonna be fire. Is it Que Suena or which one is it?
Yeah, Que Suene. It's gonna be the cumbia song. So I'm trying to like kind of step away at least visual wise, and we'll see what happens. I mean, ska will forever be a root girl, and it's something that even if I say like, hey, you know what, like let me drift onto other genres, like I'm always gonna end up like coming back to it. Like it's just one of those things that there's certain things that even if I'm not trying to play ska, it just kind of naturally comes out,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having something for the skankers and having something for the feelers and having something for both. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really put limits on yourself, right? You kind of say?
Well, yeah, because, like, honestly, like, I give it up to people that are like, hey, you know what? Like, this is what I do. And they write, like, a genre, not even ska, like, somebody that dedicates their whole, like, career to, like, Latin or, like, hip-hop. Like, that's awesome, Like, I vibe with that. But I don't know. I just never really been one of those, like, persons that likes to just stay in one place type of deal. I just always like to experiment. It's just like the thing for me, like a personal growth type of deal.
So now let me ask you this.
I just love music that much. I just appreciate much. I think all genres are like, it has their own thing, and it's awesome to just know it.
Yeah, I feel you. So when you say like, okay, genres have their own thing, putting that in the context of like live shows, when you start, like, for example, for the next EP, you're saying it's going to be different stylistically. When you start playing shows, are you trying, like, for example, let's say the EP, I'm not sure what it's going to sound like, but let's say it's more like new age alternative.
Okay.
Would that mean that you're trying to still play the ska shows you play and also like branch out into other scenes, or are you trying to kind of just
I think so. I think that would be the ideal, that I can do all. Like, this is how I see it